Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Exactly how I predicted. Jake Paul would win this fight. And from the get go, it would look like a 27-year-old was boxing a 60-year-old. A 27-year-old professional boxer was boxing a 60-year-old once was a pro boxer. And that's what it looked like. The first round, after the first round, pretty much from the beginning, that's what it looked like. Now, I don't think it was rigged. I don't think anything in there kind of shows it was rigged. I think it was just a 60-year-old getting gassed after 2 minutes and pretty much couldn't go for the rest of his time. First round was competitive, a little bit. And I think Jake was a little scared of him first round. I think that might have been his game plan, too, to just get through the first round and then pretty much good sailing all the way through the rest of the way. And that is what exactly happened here for Jake Paul. A little competitive. Mike got some good shots in the beginning, and then round 2 he fell off. He just wasn't moving. They even said on the broadcast that his legs didn't look good. He just wasn't moving as much as he was that first round. That first round he was moving a little bit. Second round he was moving, I would almost say, half as much. And then the third round he was moving probably half of that. And then fourth and fifth round he didn't even move. He didn't even throw a punch. The fourth and fifth round of that fight he was already done. Dusted. He was done. He didn't even throw a punch in the fourth or fifth round. And at one point in this fight, he sat down and went, like in pain, like he was in pain. I think it was right before the eighth round. He sat down, Mike Tyson, and was like, like he was done. He was 60 years old, grandfather time hit him, and he was done. Now, there's a lot here because we didn't get the knockout. After both fighters were saying we want the knockout, we're going to get the knockout, which is how fights go, really. The meet up to a fight, that's how they go. They always promise knockouts, especially Jake Paul fights. And we didn't get that. And I think that might have been a little rigged because I think Jake Paul could have put him out of his misery if he really wanted to because he could have just kept punching. Mike Tyson had no answer. He was reacting 7 seconds later and wasn't showing any threat to punch back. So he could have probably put him out of his misery. But I think Jake Paul refrained, and probably because he had to contract-wise. I don't know. And the heavier gloves, from 10 ounces to 14 ounces, kind of shows that, no, they didn't want anyone to get knocked out because that lowers their power even more. Just in case someone accidentally got knocked out, they kind of made it away so it doesn't. I didn't like how after the fight, Logan and Jake both acted like they've been friends with Mike Tyson for a long time because that then shows me that this whole beef they had is not real. This was a cash grab, and both of them went out and got their money. That's what that told me. And after this fight, I watched Matt Pearl, a guy who does a really good show, BBB, if you haven't. Boston versus the Book. It's a great show, gambling show. He said he interviewed Mike Tyson 10 years ago, and he asked him, what do you want to be remembered as? What do you want your legacy to be? And he said he does not give a shit about his legacy. And that tells the world, or should tell the world, that Mike Tyson can be bought. That he's going to go where the money is. He's going to take his 16-minute, $20 to $40 million, whatever he got for this fight, and he don't give a shit what y'all think about him. So ultimately, that's what it was. Ultimately, he knew he wasn't going to win. Ultimately, it was just a way to set up Jake Paul, even though I don't feel like it did. I feel like this was, like, dumb. And now everyone's going to be like, oh, Jake Paul's fighting? Who's he fighting now? Muhammad Ali? Like, it's too much right now. And I think this shows how down bad boxing is. I think boxing as a whole needs a change moving forward. Just want to say the undercard fights were great. The two right before, the two title fights were really good if you are a boxing fan. You understand the beef, you understand the culture, you understand the history of those fighters. Those two fights were really good. Ultimately, not what most people were watching for, so probably most people didn't care. Ultimately, the fight was terrible. Bad. Don't know why anyone was hyped. Don't know why anyone ever thought that Mike Tyson was going to win this fight. And I even had people commenting on my videos, disliking my videos, saying Mike Tyson was going to win this is blasphemy. Blasphemy. It's a 60-year-old man. Come on. Who didn't care. Really just went in there for money. That's what it seems like to me now. He knew he was going to lose from the get-go. There's an excuse to get in shape and an excuse to get paid a lot of money. But his friend, Jake Paul, walked away with the victory. Ultimately, my name's Josh Wissey. If you liked the video, please hit the subscribe button. It should pop up an icon. There's videos here that YouTube recommends you watch. And so go watch them. I made 2 Jake Paul prediction videos about this fight, and I pretty much nailed this perfectly. When a lot of you said I was wrong. My name is Josh Wissey. Thank you.